It's time for Mr. Fundamental!
Presented by no one.
Zion Williamson has been an internet and college sensation for the past few years. His elite athleticism, combined with a 6'7", 285-pound frame, is unheard of. He went number 1 in the 2019 NBA draft and will be joining the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion sat out the rest of the summer league after a bruised left knee, so I'm sure everyone's curious about how Zion will fare against NBA teams and how he will fit into the Pelicans. Fortunately, the Pelicans had a player with a similar skill set to Zion, Julius Randle. They're both undersized, bulldozing forwards with above-average perimeter skills. Where Zion will excel the most is in transition. He can turn on the jets and blow past his defender before the defense can set up. Once again, he can just bump off his defender for the layup. In semi-transition, he can use his body to protect the ball against smaller defenders and bully his way in for a basket. We also can't forget about these high-flying alley-oops, especially with great passers in Lonzo Ball and Drew Holiday. And this one really reminds me of the LeBron and Wade transition flying death machine. The Pelicans were 3rd in pace last year, so there'll be plenty of transition opportunities for Zion. As for the half-court offense, Zion was great in bullying defenders in the post, and he would have relied on his left hand to finish as well. Against bigger defenders, he can face up and hang in the air for an acrobatic finish. Slotting him in here, Zion will be a devastating roll man. Now, whether Zion will replicate these post-ups and play as the roll man will be another story, especially in the half-court. Notice how on a lot of these plays, they had another traditional big on the floor. None of Derek Favors, Jahlil Okafor, and Jackson Hayes are stretch bigs. So let's slot in Favors and Williamson here. When Williamson attacks, Favors' defender can easily dig down and not worry about a kick out to his man. If he rolled on this play, Payton won't have the room to attack with Jahlil on the block. When the Pelicans reset and used Jahlil as a screener, their shot quality was a lot better. The Pelicans also played another big next to Zion in Summer League. Zion's role was covered by Mitchell Robinson, and there were no other option but a contested floater. Although this play resulted in a Zion dunk, it was a false positive. Robinson should have stepped up and contest instead of Allen or Trayer. Against a more organized defense, let's say the Utah Jazz, this play might have ended differently. That's not to say the Pelicans will fail if they play another big besides Zion, since there were occasions where it worked. With both the big and Zion at the block, a quick duck-in would yield great results. By running weak side action with the other big, it would keep the defense occupied while Zion rolls to the rim. Diallo set a back screen on the weak side. This leads to a late rotation by Plumlee and an easy basket at the rim. Running a pick and roll without another floor spacer on the strong side would help as well. Millsap had to choose between covering the ball or a Zion roll to the rim. This forces Jokic to step up, but Harris makes a nice defensive play. This shows how small the margin of error is for the Pelicans offense to have 2 non-shooting bigs on the floor. Another counter is to have Zion or the other big to initiate the offense, either through handoffs or let Zion run pick and rolls. This inverted pick and roll will be hard to guard and should result in a basket or a foul every time. With Lonzo, who doesn't let the ball stick, and Holiday's preference to play off-ball, Zion could bring the ball up and attack right away. He rarely got the chance to do this in Summer League, so it seems like the Pelicans aren't confident in his ball handling yet. The last counter is offensive rebounds. Zion puts a lot of effort into fighting for offensive boards. With his strength, he can push away his defender and grab the rebound for putbacks. With 2 bigs on the block, Jackson can't finish the tough layup. Zion was able to corral the rebound, but takes a bad shot. If the Pelicans play Zion at the 5, watch out. On the kickout, Zion will blow past the big closing out for an easy layup. With 4 other floor spacers around him, he'll have plenty of space to attack the rim both as a roll man or in the post. I think the Pelicans will use him as a small ball 5 in small doses, and there must be a reason why they got Nicolo Melli, a stretch big, who could stretch the floor for Zion. Zion will struggle with his shooting during his early years in the NBA. His shooting form is slow and a little funky. During Summer League, a lot of his misses were either short or due to bad shot selection. For the shots that weren't blocked, they were short and not left or right misses. His shot mechanics will need some tweaking, but it looks to me that he just didn't have his legs under him. This could be because of rhythm or stamina, since he has been on a worldwide tour. But this lack of range will hinder his half-court offense as well. Defenders will sag off him and invite his jumper. Look at the space that Robinson gives him. Zion gets baited into a jumper, and Robinson makes an incredible block. His lack of in-between game will hurt as well. Knox could sag way back, since Zion won't take a pull-up jumper. And Robinson was able to block the shot because there was another non-shooting big on the floor. It once again shows a small margin of error on offense for duo non-shooting big lineups. Defense is where it'll get very interesting. A lineup of Lonzo, Holiday, Ingram, Zion, and Favors will be very hard to score on. Zion can roam around and sort of freelance with great perimeter defenders and rim protectors surrounding him. Discipline and awareness will come with time, but he's shown improvements in those areas. On the drive, Zion stunts at the ball, but doesn't commit because Alexander Walker was able to recover. He also stayed home on Knox because he had made 2 straight threes already. Theoretically, he can switch onto almost every position, but whether he can do that on the NBA level remains to be seen. The role he can already fill is the weak side shot blocker. He has the instincts of when to help off his man, this time tagging the roll man and forcing the miss. He has the foot speed to keep up with guards, and blocks Napier's hanging layup. While successful defense is always dependent on team effort, Zion's ability to switch and block shots will help a lot. David Griffin constructed the Pelicans roster to ease Zion into the NBA. He won't be asked to create for himself or his teammates full-time with Holiday still on the team. He won't need to anchor their defense with Favors on board. While Zion might not put up all-star numbers immediately, like Blake Griffin or LeBron James, his production will be more efficient and he'll less likely develop bad habits. The Pelicans will be very entertaining this season, and while everyone are waiting for Flying Death Machine highlight reels, I really want to see how their defense will pan out. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a like down below, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.